And you are back with the 7 Series into the garage. As you can see behind me, we have the 7 Series back in the garage. And now it's here because I have no idea. Exactly when I decided to sell the car and I had a client and an offer, the car didn't want to start. I've scanned the car, I've made a visual check, nothing out of the ordinary, completely dry underneath, but the car doesn't want to start. So the engine is spinning without any spark or without gas, something like that. Like I said, I put a scanner, no error whatsoever, no error. I replaced already the intake, and I think the car doesn't want to start because of the fuel filter, because I never replaced that. And before I start working something, I'm going to put on the screen now a footage with how the car it's making, or what's happening with the car. So yeah, basically it took me 20 seconds or 30 seconds to start the car, not really sure why. And like I said, we have a new fuel filter in there. We are going to replace the old fuel filter, and let's try once again. And in order to remove the fuel filter, you have to remove this huge plastic cover. See that? You will have two hoses in the back, one in the front, and a breather or a vacuum. I'm pretty sure this is a breather. And pretty much that's about it. A 10mm in here, and it's out. In here we have the old fuel filter and the BMW. If this one is the original one, that means this one has 20 years old, or 20 something years, yeah, 20 years old. It's 20 years old. But check this out. This is the, see the arrow, this side goes to the engine and is dripping. But if I'm going to, oops, if I'm going to turn this, we have a better flow. See that? And if and it's full with gas. And this side doesn't want to come, but either way what is coming out is clean, and this side is just dripping. Let's hope it's an easy fix. Either way, I've lost the client, of course, because it didn't have any kind of interest, but we have a new fuel filter. Let's go underneath and replace this. I have to move some parts on the new filter, like this rubber gasket and the clamp, in order to tighten the filter on the car. And after that, it's going to come in here back, something like this. You have to follow the arrow, see that, towards the engine, and you are pretty much set. With everything put back together, we are going to start the car now to see if it's going to start normal or it doesn't want to start. But true test is going to be tomorrow. Anyway, let's see. And by tomorrow I mean tomorrow morning, because I had this problem after the car was sitting for a while. So let's see. Okay, no problem whatsoever. I'm going to scan the car, I'm going to check some live data. Let's drive the car a little bit to see if everything is normal. And like I've said, I'm going to update you tomorrow morning, because the car had the problem after was sitting for a day. Yes, yesterday I drove the car, and today I had a client in the morning and I want to start the car, and the car didn't start anymore. So I'm going to put the car in the parking lot. I'm going to leave it in there till tomorrow, and after that we are going to check in the morning. And this is the next day. Let's see if the car will start. And yeah, the DCI is still here. Let's see. Oh, I really hope that is going to start. Let's see. Huh, it started. So maybe the problem was the fuel filter. Oh my god. I hope this was the problem, because now the car runs again. Perfect. And I took today out the 4 Series. I want to wash both of the cars today, and normally I want to wash this one as well, but maybe we are going to skip washing this one because the car is sold. I just have to wait for somebody to pick the car up. This is the next morning. It's not morning anymore, it's like 2 o'clock. Let's see if it's going to start. No problem. So I'm going to try in the next morning as well, so 2 or 3 days in a row, and if the car will always start. So the problem was the fuel filter. Last day of testing. Let's see if it's going to start today. Oop, not today. And we are back in the garage to find out why the car doesn't start normal. It's kind of strange because like I said, we don't have any kind of error, no misfire on any kind of cylinder. I'm not really sure, maybe the injectors are not really sure for now, but I'm going to try to swap all the coils, because I have from the other engine all 8 coils that I know for a fact that are working. So I'm going to replace those. I'm going to take out some spark plugs out to see what's in there, and after that maybe we are going to swap the fuel pump from the other 7 Series. As you can see, I took a few parts out from the engine bay. I replaced these coils. These were on the engine, and these are Bosch, not BMW, but looks okay. Either way, I've installed these ones. Maybe you can see BMW original coils. So I replaced this bank. I'm going to start the car now to see if is there any difference or not, and the big test it will be tomorrow morning. It's running perfect. I replaced the coils just on this bank. I'm going to leave this bank for now because I want to test tomorrow if there's any change or not, and if tomorrow will start rough, I'm going to replace these coils on this bank as well. This is the next morning. Let's see if the car will start, and as you can see in here, the coils. Oh, it's locked. Let's see. Perfect start. Okay. I'm going to update you tomorrow again and the day after, because I want to be sure that the coil was culprit. Oh, and I replaced all the injectors as well, so I'm not really sure from what, but for now the car starts. Another morning. Let's check once again if the car will start. I'm quite curious. Key is in. Let's see. Perfect. So I think the problem is solved. Either the coils or the injectors or the intake. I replaced the intake once again. And this should be the last day of testing, because it's really cold outside, it's all wet, and the car was sitting in here in the parking lot for a few days now. Let's see. We have just 3 degrees. car starts. So I think problem solved. And let's hope this is the last day of test, because check this out, everything is frozen. And if the car now will start, I think problem solved. Ooh. I think problem solved. Ice everywhere, cold outside. The car was sitting, check this out, 2 degrees. The car was sitting for 2 days now. Let's see. Ah, perfect. And before I close the video, we are going to start the car once again, because today is really cold outside. Everything is frozen. We have like minus 3 degrees. I took the 4 series out. Everything is rock solid. Let's see if this one will start, and if we'll start today, I think everything is fine. Moment of truth. Okay, we have power. Come on, we are in. Oh, really cold for sure. And I'm going to go for it directly. Minus 4 degrees. Nah, that's cold. Let's see. Oh, perfect. The car started right up. So I think we are ready to sell the car, because now works. So I replaced the injectors, the intake, and the coils. I'm not really sure which one of those was the problem. Oh, and I replaced the fuel filter as well. Either way, now the car starts every time. I started the car every morning for the last 7 days, I think, and we have minus 4 degrees. The car was sitting for 24 hours in here and started right up. And just like that, we are at the end of the video. We are back in the garage, not with the 7 series. We have a new project car, but I'm not going to make any kind of video on this one, because it's like easy fix, and I had like 4 or 5 of these ones on the channel, and that's why I won't make any video with this one. In fact, I just have to replace the crank dampener. I'm not really sure if I'm pronouncing correctly. That pulley from the crankshaft that has the rubber side stuff inside, it broke. Anyway, I have a few repairs to make. I'm not really sure if you can see right there in the back. I'm starting to close the garage. I have to install a door. I started to close this side as well. So the front of the garage is closed except for the door, and I'm going to start closing the sides, and maybe I'm going to take a few weeks off in order to close all the garage, in order to work in better condition, because it's really cold in here. And if I can close the whole garage, I can make some or I can put some heater in here, but like this is pointless. Anyway, if you like this episode, please give me a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, as usual, thumbs down. Until next time, see you later.